have a lot on our plate today. I mean a lot. We're gonna try to create our own icons. That's what number 4 is, our attempt 1. After we do that, our first attempt, then we are going to take a field trip. And after we take notes on the field trip, then we're gonna try again to make these items. So hopefully, we'll be able to compare our first attempt with our second attempt and see that we've made progress. Here's our egg. How would we make this into an item? How would we draw an egg? If we were making a game, for example, what type of game? Is it a horror game? Is it a cutesy game? Because you can draw an egg, but there's so many ways you can draw an egg. But for now, let's just do something simple. You have your light on the left, your shadow on the right, thinking a warmish feel to the egg. So something white, something a little warm. We're doing 16 by 16 just to keep it in style. We could always go smaller. That could be the egg, truthfully. Maybe like this. This could be your egg. You were really making an egg for a different game. Egg. Maybe you could. It's a little bit bigger by doing this. I'd consider that an egg. Right? Just something simple, something small. And those few pixels make an egg. I'll move this over here. I want to keep that egg. Let's make our egg maybe a little bit warmer. I like that. That could be considered an egg, maybe like an ostrich egg. We want a round egg. Well, depending on what you do, they like to start with the outline. I kind of like going the painterly method, where you blob, then go back for the outline. I like trying to get the certain feel off first before going back. We can maybe carve this off. Yeah, that's a pretty good egg. Let's go ahead and just start off with a simple black outline. We can maybe make the egg a little bit warmer. Now it's kind of looking like a brown egg. Not the goal. No, it looks a little sickly. Maybe we can do all of this in dark. Right, that's eggy. Now we gotta figure out a light pattern. Trying to tell you, the lighting isn't my strong suit, but if I want it to become my strong suit, I gotta practice. And this is what this is. I am learning in real time. We can try maybe a brighter color. What are you thinking? Left one or the right one? Left one, I think maybe not, just because it's a little harder to tell. The right one kind of feels a little bit better. Let's add a little bit of anti-aliasing. You can take these two colors and just choose a range, well, a color in between them. So if it were to be 50-50 in between, that's all that does. Then we can add this color. And by adding that color, it kind of smooths things out when you're not looking at it from far away. Some people like anti-aliasing, some people don't like anti-aliasing. Me, personally, I'm still learning. Anti-aliasing can make something look smoother. It can also make it look more muddy with colors. So that's kind of your give and take. I'm more of a fan of something looking very sharp. So less anti-aliasing the better, but it just depends on the preference. Maybe then we can do take these two, mixture, this color, and then we could even round that out like that. When we're looking at this, how are we looking at it? This far? Does it really matter if we add those little dots? That's the questions you have to ask. Truthfully, when I'm looking at it from this far away, I think this one looks nicer. It looks less harsh, which in this scenario is good for us. We want a round egg. Maybe if it were a blocky box egg, it would be better for it to be harsher. But for what we're going for with roundness, I'm thinking this one with the last one. I'm going from there. Maybe we can add a little bit more roundness. We could put that there. Maybe we can put this here. Maybe we can add that one in there. Something like that can make it a little bit more round feeling. I kind of like it. So I think our egg could be more narrow. Bring that in a little bit. Not like that. Oh no. What have I done to the poor egg? Something a little rounder at the top is what I'm thinking. I kind of like this a little bit better, but it's a little bit too... Yeah, something like that. Now, no outline. How would you do no outline? Let's start there. That should be a simple, easy fix of just mimicking what we already have. Maybe doing something like this. You might make this a mixture of these two colors and put it here to just mix up. Then we have our white. Interesting. It's still an egg, but I kind of feel like next let's try making a darker outline for this one. Not my favorite. More orangey dark feel to it. Or maybe something like that can be a little bit more visible. Maybe we can make it a little bit darker. Maybe like that. That might be a good outline. And then lastly, we have our colored outline. We can kind of take what we already have here and outline this a little bit darker. Maybe something like this. That's our treated outline. And here is our egg. This is Minecraft. Keep it brief. There's different styles, different feelings. Over here, I just want you to take a look and just eye it. Just study. Just look at everything. This is a map that has all of the items in the game. Here you have maybe your water, your lava. Here you have some rocks and minerals. You might put that in a game. You've got some different wood textures, plants, different plant stages, different plant colors, different biomes. So look at the way Minecraft decided to do different textures. And this is the updated version of Minecraft. Let's go back to old Minecraft. It looks a little different. Kinda, sorta. You can notice right away, right? Some of the changes in the tree colors are different. Older Minecraft, I think, had a maybe, you might even call it dull. You can definitely tell the difference with these. Maybe dull. Maybe dull is the best word for it. Have that wood. You can immediately tell right off the bat something's different, right? Here you have your armor. Again, something looks off about it. Something looks different. If you're looking to get better at items, get better at textures, I think a great way or a great place to start is with modding. For example, you might say Stardew Valley. That's a good one. Or Minecraft, where there's all these different textures. You have your wheat, they have apples, they have carrots, potatoes. Just do something a little bit. I've seen challenges before where a person will do one new texture every day to make a texture pack. That could be a fun challenge. Different blocks, different materials, and trying to make something that works together. If you're wanting to make a game, but not make a game, more so be the artist of a game, this could be a good place to start. Well, what's this up here? It's all the items I had listed out. We have an arrow, we have pickaxe, sword. Here we did our mushroom. This is how Minecraft does their mushrooms. We have some wheat, we did egg. Look at this egg, it's very simple. We have our light here, our dark lines that are outlined. You can tell this is a colored outline. Minecraft seems to do, you can see here again, light up here, dark up here. It's simple. You can look at these textures, try to dissect them, try to think about them in a different way. Apple, light up here, dark down here. Let's quickly go back to updated Minecraft. You can just compare and contrast really quickly. Wheat looks different. Minecraft updated their wheat texture. Now it kind of follows that pattern of light up here, dark down here. Let's take a look at our egg again. Oh wow, look. They changed the texture of the egg. The egg is no longer that one big spot. There's a lot more anti-aliasing. There's a lot more shading when it comes to the egg. The mushroom's different now. Well, I think it looks different. Looks a little bit wider. Look at this apple. That is a completely different apple. New apple entirely. I wanted to take a look at some texture packs that people have made. And I want you to notice what's different. Keep in mind, it's still 16 by 16. This is still Minecraft. These are still the same exact items. What do you feel compared to regular Minecraft? I might say it's a lot brighter. It feels a lot more vibrant. The wood looks different. The plants look a lot more bright. Got your water, your plants. I'd say things might look even a little bit nicer. Look at these big leaves compared to regular Minecraft. Stalks on the mushrooms. Look at the wood. And I find that crazy. There's so many different ways to do textures, because every one of these is 16 by 16. This is called the whimsical pack, I believe. And it feels whimsical, doesn't it? Here we have armor. It looks a lot different, a different style. You could even say these could be made for different games. That's why people, look at the lava. That's why people really don't like texture packs sometimes, because it doesn't make Minecraft look like Minecraft. Notice the differences. Take a look at the mushrooms. It's bigger, for one. It has a solid border, it looks like, at least from this angle. For our egg, there's a lot more shading. It's interesting. This might be like a highlight. Here you can see there's a colored outline, darker up here. Look at the wheat. Again, colored up top, darker at the bottom. This is called the plastic texture pack. And it definitely feels very plastic. It feels different. Something about it feels off. It feels, I'm getting more blocky vibes from this. Look at the leaves compared to the leaves before. Yeah, look at this. They're using blocks to shade. Look at the stems, the roots of the mushrooms. Here we have some of the plants again. Again, it does feel plastic. How do they make it feel plastic? Very simple. I think because it's so simple, very few colors, you can make it feel plasticky. Look at the wood again. Again, very simple, very rounded. The subtle differences, but it helps change the atmosphere of the game by a large margin. Take a look at your ores. You can instantly tell it looks simple, but I mean, there's a little bit of, maybe one might call that even dithering. These ores are very simple. They're just blocks. Well, not blocks, but small. What can you notice? What can you see? Apple, again, these are very flat. I think that's what really helps. Look at this egg. No shading on it, but still center color. Top is brighter, bottom is darker. We have wheat up here. Now look at this wheat. It's not a bundle of wheat this time. Well, it's still a bundle, but it's done differently. Completely different feel. This one I'm feeling, well, it does feel dull. I mean, it's not my thing. I don't like this look, but it is a style. And I think it's important to look at styles, even if you don't intend on using them. Everything is, less saturation. I think maybe that's why I don't like it. It feels like a swamp anywhere I go. It just feels swamp. You can see the stems on the mushrooms are different. I think because it's named Excalibur, it's trying to stay medieval. The wood is around the same colors, but it's still different. Let's see. Wow, yeah, definitely I'm getting medieval feels from it. Iron, that's your iron. And your gold, a little crown because it's medieval. Your ores are different. There's more texturing in this one. Gold feels different. Everything feels different, and yet it's still the same game. It uses the same boundaries and same texture, but depending on how you use Pixelart, it can vary so much. You know, look at the emeralds. Interesting. This is a thicker texture for lava. Desaturated, but it still works. I guess maybe more realistic, one might call it. You have your arrows, your pickaxes, books, your mushrooms, your light shading at the top, no shading at the bottom. This one seems to have, that's interesting to note. Maybe because it's meant to be more realistic, that's why there's no outlines. Because as you remember before, if you want it to be realistic, you don't add outlines. I'm not really seeing outlines here. It's not really shaded, it's less outlines. Maybe that's why it has a different feel. No outlines. Even here at the bottom, it's not really an outline. Kind of just more put together. Yeah, let's test that theory really quickly and stick them up on the wall. No outline. Yep, I think that's what makes it feel different. It's realistic because it has no outline. We have all of these texture packs on screen. Wow, fancy. Here are our eggs. And now, let's go with my egg. Oh, what do you think? You can definitely tell all of these are eggs for sure. Up here, you have the shaded, the light. This is pink. And by making it pink, it really adds a difference in color and lighting. This one feels very dull, but it still has that shading we were talking about. Maybe if we were to add to our egg, we could add a little bit more shading. Truthfully, I think we did pretty good with the egg. I like our egg. I mean, there's always things you can change, always things you can improve on. How can we improve this egg? I'd say the egg can be improved by changing their lighting, that's one. Let's make this whiter. Well, no, these don't have whiter highlights, you can notice that. They have duller highlights. Maybe we can try to stick to something a little bit more dull. The transitions from that to this, like that. That might be better. Let's try adding instead an outline like this. Kinda a little bit better. We can take away this dithering feeling to it. Make it a little bit brighter. Maybe something like that could work a little bit better. Kinda like that. It adds a nice feeling. Maybe we could bring back that transition idea. We can make this white a little brighter. I think that works. Maybe what we can do is add a little bit of a shine for the reflection. Should we make it pink too? Like that. Give it brighter. That. I kind of think so. I think that can work. And then we can take that and this color and maybe smooth it out a little bit. Add a bit of a deeper feel to it at the bottom. That doesn't look too bad. You can notice here as well, the lighting fades, so maybe that's why it doesn't look as nice. I tried to do that with mixing the colors in, but I don't think I succeeded. I kind of like this one, as it was just simpler. But I do think it definitely pops out a lot more. Let's go ahead and slide that over. This is our attempt number 2. What you do is you take an item. It's a great exercise. You take an item, and then you slowly, bit by bit, make it smaller and smaller. And by making it smaller when you're doing pixel art, you're taking what's most important, and you're shrinking it until you can just go no more with being small. So for example, this is more of a